Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and Kong Si Fa Choi. Happy New Year. It's the year of the ox tomorrow. So I'm in Singapore and it's the afternoon, so everyone's finishing work, going off to their reunion dinners. But we're going to have a look at the lottery app that we built yesterday, try and make some improvements and get that array sorting. So let's begin to code. Okay everyone, so here's the app we built yesterday to pick the lotteries. There was actually a draw last night and we didn't do very well. We only got one number correct from the numbers we picked in yesterday's video, so let's try and improve it. Let's just remind ourselves what it looks like when we run it. We've got one button, generate, and it throws out 6 numbers which hopefully are the winning balls. Now what I really don't like about this is they don't come out in any order. They're all jumbled up in the order which they're picked, so I'd really like it to go 2, 7, 27, 42, 50, 57 in this case. Having them jumbled up is confusing. If we regenerate them, it does the same thing, so it's able to pick 6 unique numbers quite well, but not put them in order is just a bit annoying to me. So I've had a think about what we can do. There is a method called array.sort which will work, but when we have a think about what arrays we've got to sort, we've created 2 arrays at the moment. We've got a Boolean array of the numbers from 1 to 59, which is what we use to check if the ball has been picked before or not. So we do that through this if statement, and then we've got a label array holding the 6 labels on the form that we push the results to. And when we go through our code, we pick our number, we set it through if it's been picked or not. If it hasn't been picked, we stick it straight in the label, and then we go on to the next number. So basically there isn't really a good option at the moment to sort the array because we're populating the labels as we go, so we need to reorganize it. I also don't like everything being built into this click event. The only function we built was refresh numbers. Now I actually think it might be better to go through a couple more functions. If we think what we really want to do is we want to pick our numbers, our 6 numbers, and then we want to show the results of our 6 numbers. So if we think about that in 2 separate functions, and up here what we're going to do is we're going to call refresh numbers, then we'll call the function pick numbers, and then the function show numbers. So let's create those functions down here. So they're private voids because they're not going to return any, we don't need to pass anything into them, and they're not going to return anything. So let's create pick numbers first, pick numbers, and we need some squiggly brackets, and let's do show numbers as well. So we'll just copy it just to make sure we get exactly the same name. So this is going to be a private void show numbers. Okay, so now we have a couple of functions to step through our code. So thinking about the problem of sorting through the numbers, we need to, instead of putting them straight into labels, we need to put them to another array of the numbers that we've chosen. I suppose we could go through the Boolean to pick out all the what would be false numbers, i.e. what's picked, but I think it's a bit more logical to create a new integer array. Let's call it pick num, and that's going to equal a new integer array. So it needs square brackets, which is 6 segments long in this array, which we're going to put the numbers to. So now let's look at our click event. So we're going to run refresh numbers, pick numbers, and show numbers. So this code down here is now wrong. but it's not completely useless because actually we know that it's working. So we're going to cut it out of our button and split it into the two new functions that we've had. So let's paste it into pick numbers, and let's think which piece of this stays in pick numbers. So the random number, the generate random number for bool number, that's perfect, that works well. Comparing it to the boolean, that's working well. So putting it straight to the lot labels text is not what we want to do. So let's just comment that out, because that is working, but it's not in the right place anymore. So when we've got our lot numbers bool number equals true, that means it hasn't been picked before, so we're setting it to false. So what we also need to do now is use our new array, which is pick number. I don't like pick number because I think it's, well, maybe that's because it's not been used yet. Let's see if pick numbers is any good. So pick number, it might be okay. So pick number I is going to equal bool number. So yeah, and that has made it darker, so that means that we've used it. So bool number goes into there without any converting it to strings or anything, because bool number is an integer. We create an integer there and it goes into an integer array. Else we minus out I, which basically means we go back and pick another number. So pick numbers now is going to pick 6 random numbers and write them to the pick num array, which is good, but it's not going to show anything in our application. So if we run our application now and hit generate, nothing happens, although we're pretty sure that pick number has 6 unique numbers in. So let's think about show numbers now, because show numbers, first let's think how we can sort our array, because we want to show the numbers in order. So let's begin with that. So it's array dot sort, and then let's pass in pick number. So now we've got 6 numbers in pick number, and they should be sorted in ascending order, so smallest to largest from left to right as we're going to read it. Then we can create our for loop to populate the lot labels. So let's copy our for loop. Yeah, we can copy our for loop. Oh, I deleted it. Undo. Copy our for loop and put it down there. So we want for I equals 0 of I, this is 6. I mean, we've got 6 numbers. We don't need to pick the number anymore, so that's not going to work. We don't need that. We don't need our if statement anymore, because we know we've got the unique numbers, so the whole if statement can come out. This pick numbers is done. This is the end of the if statement, so that can come out, and I think that needs to come out. No, we probably need to keep that in, so let's put that back in, sorry, and let's think what we're doing now. So now we need to put bool number. No, we don't update it with bool number, do we? That is wrong. We need to update the lot labels I text with pick num dot to string. So now if we think about our code, we've created the new integer array to take the pick numbers in, the winning numbers we hope, and on button generate we refresh our numbers first, and maybe we'll clear pick numbers in there in a minute. We go through pick numbers function, which loops through, goes through our if statement and populates pick numbers with our 6 unique numbers, and then we run show numbers, which sorts the array first and then populates the labels, we hope. So let's run it, see if that works. Okay, so here we are ready to generate our numbers. We'll hit generate and we've got an error. System 32, so it's not finding a number. So let's go back to our code, because our code is actually running. It's not giving any errors. So let's see what we've done wrong. Okay, so we sort out pick number, and then we're writing the whole array to lot labels. No, this is a loop, and we want to be writing the 6 numbers to the 6 labels. So in pick number we need to put .i. So now we're saying, okay, when I is 0, so lot labels I will be 0, so that's label number 1. Pick number I, pick number 0, and what is that one? And then that will go into our label, and we should have them in order. So let's run again with that change, and let's generate. Oh, lovely. Now we've got 6 numbers in order. 2, 5, 17, 19, 27, 45. It's generated again, and we're getting another 6 unique numbers now sorted in order, which is exactly what we want. So much easier to read, and the code is now much more logical behind what we're trying to do, I think, anyway. So one thing I'm going to do in this show numbers thread is actually slow it down a little bit to make it look and make it feel like we're thinking about things. So I'm just looking on my notes for the code. So we want to go system.threading. Oh, sorry, it's a dot. System.threading .thread.sleep, and let's sleep it for 1,000. What I want it to do is give the impression that it's picking each number sort of as the balls drop, rather than it populating all the labels all in one go. So 26, 29, 30, 36, 41 and 52. So it runs through them nice and logically. Now when we click it again, it's overwriting the previous ones. I don't really like that. I'd love it to clear them all. And if you see, when we start the app, we have all the label names in. So let's quickly fix that, and we can do that in refresh numbers, because refresh numbers right now is clearing through and setting back all the lot numbers to true, but it can also clear our label text. And we run refresh numbers, I think, on load, don't we? Do we run it on load? No, we don't run it on load, so we can run it on load. We're going to run it on load. So we're going to run refresh numbers when we load the application. So when we load the application, we're going to clear the labels, and we're going to run it when we click as well. So in refresh numbers, we can actually just put in another for loop, because this loop needs to be only 6 longs, because we've only got the 6 labels. So for I equals 0 as long as I is less than 6, then I plus plus. So there's our loop, and what we want to say here is that our text, which is this piece of code, where are we in our loop? So this piece of code equals what? I just want to say actually nothing in there, don't I? Okay, so we've got nothing in our label, so let's run the application now. And don't forget, refresh numbers now runs on the load script as well, so hopefully the labels will be clear. There they are, clear. Now let's generate, and 4, 13, 26, 27, 31 and 44 drop from the lottery predictor bucket in the sky, or whatever we can imagine. But I really quite like the time it takes for the numbers to come out now. I think it makes it a little bit more like real life, and there's a bit more expectation between, for what comes out. And also now if you want to copy them down into your lottery ticket, they're in order. And if we generate again, first it's going to clear the labels and then go through and pick all 6 individual numbers as we want. So that's my update to the lottery picker today. Let's think about what I still haven't done very well. The code's a bit of a jumble. I haven't commented really anything what it's doing. So if I come back and look at this, which I'm gonna do in about a week's time, and try and think what it's doing, then try and think, well, where should I add some comments to this and explain it a little bit better. So you always want to be able to reopen your code after a period of time and immediately understand what's going on and why it's going on. So we need to we need to sort this out and get it in a more logical order. And again, if there's developers watching the channel, please send me some suggestions on how to do that and what I should be doing. I'm really looking for that. If you built the app with me, then fantastic, try it out, play your numbers. If you win a lot of money, then I think you should share it. But great luck with that, or good luck with that. What we're going to do in the next video will be now a new app. We're going to do another game in C#. We're going to do noughts and crosses, or tic-tac-toe, to I think our American friends call it tic-tac-toe. So what that's going to do, it's going to be a bit more challenging, because we need to think how that's going to work. But I mean, we all know how to play it, right? It's X or O in 9 different boxes. We need to see if it wins. But what's going to be really good on that app, if we build it over a bit of time and think about it, is to have the computer predicting so we're going to play the computer, have the computer predicting where it should put an X or an O, and actually have the computer trying to win or trying to block you. So having some sort of intelligence behind what it's doing. So that's going to be a bit of a bigger app that we're going to build over the next few videos, but it's going to be quite an interesting one. I'd love you to build it with me. If you're beginning to code, then build it with me. If you're a developer, then let us know what you thought of the lottery picker app. What I should be doing better, what new things I should work on, or just what other things you want me to look at. Do you want me to look at other languages or other functions or other methods or things like that? Because I really want to learn, so I really want your feedback. Like, comment and subscribe on the video. Thanks everyone for watching. Happy New Year again. It's the year of the ox. I hope it's going to be a better year for everyone around the world, because the last one wasn't very good. What with COVID and everything. So yeah, hopefully we're all going to be getting better, in a better place soon. But until then, enjoy your coding, begin to code, and bye for now.